Hello Gemini, welcome to your reading for the second week of March. This is going to be for March 5th to the 11th. And I'm just going to do the regular general love reading I do for y'all, with the first card being your energy, second card being the energy of the person who's coming towards you, third card is going to be the current situation's energy, and then the fourth card will be the future upcoming energy. So Gemini, let's get started and see what this upcoming week has for you. So for your energy, Gemini, you have the Six of Cups. The person coming towards you has the Page of Pentacles. The current situation is the Eight of Pentacles. And the upcoming energy is the Fool. So here with your energy, Gemini, you kind of are in the past a little bit, or you could be thinking of somebody from the past or trying to reunite with them. You might be offering them some forgiveness, or you may be offering a situation from the past some forgiveness. You might be coming off a little bit naive, though. You might be caught up in a bit of nostalgia about the situation. You might be like overly focused on the good and not really remembering why you left the situation or person in the first place, or why it didn't work out the first time. Not saying that this necessarily means anything bad yet, but just that it is a possibility. You might not be looking at the past with complete discernment, but it's also a childlike energy here too with the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups. With it could be dealing with something that is healing from an inner child, like karmic scarring, or it could just be having like a childlike innocence and approach to the situation. Now, with your partner, they have the Page of Pentacles. So they are more embodying, and they're coming to you with an offer here, whether they're new or not. They're coming to you with some sort of offer, and if this is the person from the past, they're trying to offer something new, stable. They're trying to bring something to the table because they want, even if they know that, like, you know, you want them back, even if you're the one who made the moves, whatever, they want you back too. So they're trying to come, or if this is somebody from the past you never were in a relationship with, but you might have had feelings for it, they're like, yes, like, my time to shine. Like, they're excited about it. So they're coming with this energy of just being really stable, clear-headed, grounded. They might be a little on the immature side still, though, where they are not like, they might want like a commitment, but they might just have like a little bit of a short-term like foresight about it. Like, they might not be thinking clearly about all that lies ahead, but nevertheless they're coming with the intentions of having like a new foundation and something like solid and stable. So regardless of how they're implementing it at the moment, they are trying to seek commitment here with the Page of Pentacles. And with the current situation, you have hard work being put in with the Eight of Pentacles, and not so much hard work as in like labor and something that's a little more exhausting and demanding, like that sort of way that leaves you feeling exhausted, but more like putting in hard work that like leaves you feeling more knowledgeable about the situation and how to like craft the scenarios that you desire. Like with the Eight of Pentacles, he's crafting like the exact same pentacles over and over again. So this is like a precise craft that requires studying, apprenticeship, like all that, like, you know, it's not something that is done half-assed, basically. And so this is the energy that you guys are cultivating right now. You're not trying to half-ass this. If this is somebody getting a second chance, they're really trying to put in the work to make sure that this happens between you two. Or if there's somebody new, or it's just a new start in your relationship, it's taken seriously, basically, is what you're seeing here. With the what's coming up, this is your Sorry, I just got a notification on my phone, so it distracted me for a minute. My apologies to you, Gemini. But this is your upcoming energy. So with the Fool as the upcoming energy, it is like a certain call to independence in some ways. You know, like just like venturing out and like testing the water, seeing what's out there, not really getting stuck in one place. So this is kind of not the card that I would associate with commitment and a committed relationship. Not saying that it's somebody who is going to leave or to cheat or something like that, but this is somebody, like, if this card is a person, this is somebody who wants to like kind of like stretch out and get a feel for things, kind of figure out where they belong, and have a lot of fun on the way, because the Fool not only is independent, but they also are somebody who is free-spirited, who welcomes happiness and joy and excitement into their life. They kind of just trust that the universe will bring them all that they desire and need. But at the same time, somebody embodying or a situation that is like underdeveloped of this energy would be more unnecessary risk taking, like just kind of being gullible and naive, like just not really, like just being kind of reckless basically. And I'm gonna wait to see what the clarifiers are to determine if this is a developed energy or not. Because I would say yes, but with you having the Six of Cups here too, Gemini, this also is another card that can mean naivety. So I just want to see where this is heading first. But this is not the sign of doom for a relationship. It could just mean even if there is a commitment, there is somebody who still desires to be able to have personal autonomy. Like they want to commit, but they don't necessarily want to have to do like the whole like, oh, like I'm at work all day and then I come home to you and like we do this every day. Like they want to have like, they don't want like monotony in their life at all. So this could be you or the other person or the both of you, like trying to manifest a situation where you can keep it fresh for yourself and of course the relationship too, but mostly for yourself. So to clarify your Six of Cups, Gemini, we have the World. So things coming together and falling into place. Also kind of like I said, everything coming together, falling into place. And it could also potentially like be traveling. I don't really use that too much when I read with the World, but it could, with the Fool there, I could see the connection. So I feel like if anybody is in particular is trying to manifest a Fool situation in the future, Gemini, it could be you. This is like also accomplishment, a sense of completion. Like it's also things not staying stagnant. I feel like it's more like progress. So in this situation, I wouldn't say that so far. I wouldn't say that you're being naive, Gemini. I feel like you are more looking to the past, and maybe you're looking at it with a fresh, like more, not necessarily innocent perspective, but a more forgiving perspective. And where before you might have been a little harsh towards the past, you might have felt like, you know, this person or some situation was really something that did you so wrong and how could that happen to you. But now you're kind of looking at it and seeing like, okay, I see how some of the choices I made influenced this outcome. Even if it was unfair to me, it's still something that I can prevent from happening again in the future. And the World is kind of you applying that knowledge, like you seeing, like you realizing this is kind of like things are starting to fall into place now, like the pieces are coming together and you're starting to see like starting to have some happy realizations. So with the person that is coming towards you, they are clarified with the Page of Pentacles is clarified with the Temperance card. So they could be Sagittarius. They don't have to be, but that's just what Temperance stands for. And with Temperance, it's more about balance, creation and alchemy, but also not overindulging in one too much thing. Like an underdeveloped energy with this card could be somebody who is like addicted or just not really finding balance in their life, not being able to stick to like what, like they're not able to carefully create what needs to happen. But here with them embodying the Page of Pentacles and Temperance, I feel like they are somebody who's coming for a fresh new start, offering stability, offering like abundance, and they have things to offer even if they're not like, you know, they're not on the King of Pentacles levels, but they're still, you know, they're coming with something substantial. And they are trying to make sure they are taking a balanced approach. They're not coming in trying to offer you more than what they, like, they're not coming in trying to shower you with gifts and everything like that and then not be able to keep up with it later on. They're trying to be fair and realistic here. And they also are taking a careful approach to the situation and doing it with precision, which is also tying into this Eight of Pentacles, which is clarified by the Five of Swords. So even though there is this Eight of Pentacles here of careful precision, there is still this conflict taking place in a current situation. It doesn't necessarily have to be between the two of you, but either way, it's affecting your relationship. And with this kind of conflict, it's kind of nasty because it's it could kind of be like mental warfare, in my opinion. Like somebody who is just like willing to pull out all like the mental manipulation stops because they are so determined to get a certain outcome. And I could see that with the Eight of Pentacles, I mean, being an underdeveloped energy, or like more like overdeveloped actually, where it's just like perfectionism, and perfectionism to the point where it's like a destructive attitude towards it. Like, well, I like things being perfect is more important than things being peaceful, and for things being like happy and stuff like that. Like somebody or both of you are kind of like trying to attain this level of perfection and are not equally as focused on like checking in with other aspects of the relationship and making sure that everything is like balanced and happy and fair. Because with the Five of Swords, it's kind of like, well, I don't really care if somebody gets hurt. Like, this is something that I feel like has to get done and it's got to happen. And sometimes you do have to embody that energy, but in a relationship, it shouldn't be. With the Eight of Pentacles here, it really tells me more along the lines of perfection, and that's not really a reason to kind of like be like, it has to happen. No, it doesn't, because perfection is not even a real thing. And then yeah, here with the Nine of Wands and the Fool together, so it's more along with the Fool here. Like I said, this is somebody who wants to like remain like most likely like embodying the energy of remaining like personally like your own person, like personal autonomy. And with this with the Nine of Pentacles here, it is also just feeling potentially paranoid, and like paranoid in the way of like feeling like if I go in this relationship, I might not be my own person anymore, or I need to take all the freedom I could get because I might not have that in the future. Like, it is also like being like resilient, but here it might be resilient to a point of being closed off. Like, it's good to want to be your own person, and you absolutely should remain your own person in any relationship. But at the same time, you shouldn't be feeling like a relationship is restricting your freedom and that it's something that you need to defend. A relationship should make you feel like it's all about freedom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, freedom should be part of what makes it fun. So the final clarifier for your energy, Gemini, is the Eight of Cups. So just kind of like walking away from something and leaving a situation behind. Kind of feeling confused. So here, when you have the Six of Cups and the World, here with the Eight of Cups, it's telling me more of, it's showing me like, yes, like things are coming together, but at the same time, you might feel like you're not ready for it, Gemini. Even though you know it's something that you want and something that you've wished for, at this time, you might just feel like it might be slightly, just a little bit more than you want to deal with at the moment. And if you're feeling like your freedom is being restricted, and if you're feeling like the pressure of perfectionism, I can understand that. And let's see what your partner has as their final clarifier. They have the Four of Swords. So with Temperance and the Page of Pentacles here, yes, they're coming and offering, and they're taking that balanced approach. They're taking, like, they're putting in the careful work that needs to be done, but they're also coming out of feeling like they've just been through it. They feel like they've had to just fight for so much that they kind of need to, like, chill out for a bit. So with you guys both having final clarifiers of kind of like just like you kind of leaving a situation behind, them kind of taking a break and resting from a situation, it kind of feels like you guys might be trying a little too hard, if that makes sense. And it's like I said, with this perfectionist energy, which is finally clarified by the Three of Wands. So it's like in regards to where things are going, plans for the future, expansion. And like I said, if there's that energy of wanting to commit for something long term and something stable, like it might lead to people feeling like their freedom is limited if that's the idea how you feel about commitment. And like I said, with these other two cards here, I'm feeling more like perfectionism in a very unhealthy way. With the Three of Wands here, I feel like it means that it's related to the future, and you guys are putting like too much pressure to be perfect and have this like perfect future together and like laying out the best foundation possible right now. Like, it's good to want to do all the right things in the relationship, but it shouldn't be, you still need to be able to be people. Like, you need to be able to experience, like, if you're feeling unhappy with a person, then you feel unhappy with them. Like, that doesn't mean that the relationship is ruined. And I feel like with this energy, it's kind of like, if things aren't perfect, then I don't know what's going to happen. Like, that kind of thing. Like, you just kind of, I feel like the Fool is also here to remind you, Gemini, that, you know, to take, or for whoever is embodying the energy of just kind of like perfectionism, like, to be more free and letting things happen as they should. Like, not trying to control everything, but just like letting the chips fall as they may, basically. Putting in the work and effort required, sure, but also not trying to go against the current. Like, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And then here, finally, you have the Ace of Wands as your final clarifier for the future situation. So even though somebody's feeling like restricted, or, you know, you guys are feeling like this relationship is getting a little restrictive earlier, there is going to be a new energy of passion and the start of something powerful coming in. So it could mean that you are going to break out of like this kind of energy of perfectionism with you guys both taking a break here. So I feel like, if anything, Gemini, this week, your cards are telling you that you and this other person just need to like rest, recuperate, take a little time to yourselves to, like, you know, re-energize, step away from perfectionism and stop worrying too heavily about the future and just enjoy the present with the Fool. That's also what I forgot to say is a very important message with him. Like, enjoying the present moment and, you know, not saying that, like, forget the future, but like, the future is going to happen. And when it's there, I'll enjoy it then. But for now, I'm loving what I'm in. So, Gemini, I hope that this helped you this week. And please like, share, comment, subscribe. Book a personal reading with me if this is not specific enough for you or didn't resonate at all. I could definitely get you something specific. The information's in the description below. And I'll see y'all next week. Much love, Gemini.